I could stay like this, forever following you.
Welcome back to Cosmopolics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, BoBBI. I've been MIA for a little bit, I have. But honestly, you guys, I've been super busy. And honestly, that's no excuse to neglect my children. But you guys knew I was a deadbeat before you subscribed. So let's get it popping. Welcome back to another tutorial talks. Let's get into this fucking episode of Love and Hip Hop because I really just can't, as always. So the episode started with Mendeecees walking in to interrupt Rich's dinner with his girlfriend, or not really a dinner but argument, and she was just doing the absolute most. I personally have mixed feelings about Mendeecees, but I feel like with Mendeecees, she suffers from some type of mental disorder. I don't know what the fuck it is, but she definitely does have some type of mental issue because nobody acts like that. And the way she stays calm when she's in an argument is alarming to me. So some people might say that's a good thing that she's calm during an argument, but her calmness is almost, I can't explain it. You have to just watch the show to understand. But Mendeecees is a nut job. I don't know why she showed up there. Like, quite frankly, I'm tired of Mona and her shenanigans. I'm pretty sure Rich's restaurant is fairly new. But Mendeecees has no business in New York. She's not on Love and Hip Hop New York, but she wanted to be a part of Rich's storyline. I don't know. Tell me what you guys feel about Mendeecees, because when I watch her season, or when I watch Hollywood, because that's the season she's supposed to be on, when I watch that season, I just wish she could do better. As much as I don't like Brandy and stuff. See, this is why I don't like that Mendeecees has come into New York, because now I'm talking about people from Hollywood, and I don't want to be talking about Hollywood right now. But as much as I dislike Brandy's ass on Hollywood, I think that it was extremely wrong for Mendeecees to call Brandy's child ugly. Like, leave the kids out of it, man. They came for your motherhood. They never came for your child's appearance or your child at all. And I get why she's frustrated with that, because the truth obviously hurts. So, yeah, she's going to be mad when people are constantly attacking her motherhood. They can't really say anything else about it. But Mendeecees is extremely immature, and she's been exhibiting that since the beginning of time. So her popping up to Rich's little shop was not anything surprising. The scene wasn't as dramatic as I expected it to be. The girlfriend really showed how annoying she was in this scene, and if you can tell, I'm just over it. Like, so let me just talk about the highlights of that scene, because there were some hilarious parts. And I need to know why Rich calls a pom-pom. Why is Rich calling a pom-pom a banana? A monkey. Let me know why he's calling a pom-pom a monkey. Like, why? And as soon as Mendeecees mentioned that, homegirl Jade knew that Rich obviously must have been texting her. However, I feel like because Rich seems like a guy that has quite a few slogans and quotes, I feel like Mendeecees was just saying that to fuck around because she knows that that's how Rich talks. So obviously if Rich is asking her to see, or has asked her even in the past to see her crotch, which is weird, by the way. Like, do you guys send pom-pom pictures? Like, that's not, no, so sorry about it. Like, that's not happening. I feel like because she knows how Rich talks, she was just saying that to the girl. She like took a chance with it to see how the girl would react. And she's like, I know that she's telling the truth because I know my man. Okay, Jade. Sure you do. Like, oh gosh. Yeah, that scene was pretty much exhausting, and Mendeecees wouldn't shut up, and I'm just like, why is Mendeecees so fucking crazy? Like, she's a crazy ass bitch. I don't understand why she's so fucking crazy. I need to know why. I really do. But yeah, I'm exhausted just talking about it. Like, I don't even want to talk about Mendeecees. I really don't. But I freaking died when she said she would have sent her monkey to him, but it wasn't waxed. I was like, this bitch is not for real. Like, how are you gonna say that to the girl? Jade's contour was really muddy, so we're gonna teach you guys today how to get a nice, you know, clean contour. You don't want to look muddy like Jade. Her contour was not shapoppin', okay? It really wasn't. So sorry, Jade, but we're gonna have to get you to watch this review. Somebody send it to her, please. She needs to know. What irritated me about this scene was that Rich was obviously, I don't know if he was lying. Like, I don't know what word to use for this scene, but I just feel like he damn well knew what he was doing when he sent that text to Moniece. And he, in the confessional, he's like, I text Moniece on some joke shit. No, you did not text her on no joke shit, because if she sent you the pussy pictures, then what? So obviously you weren't joking. Like, nobody jokingly texts that they want to fuck, or you know what I mean? Like, they don't text, send me a pic. And I'm mad that Rich is a send me a pic ass nigga. Like, ew. I still love Rich, but ew. So the next scene is the beach scene with, what are their names? Cardi, Bianca, and what's her name? Mariah Lynn. This scene was actually hilarious because Cardi is out of fucking control. Like, she's actually out of control. Cardi was yelling over to these two gay white guys if they want to get their dick sucked, and I was like, Cardi, please, please help me, Jesus. I couldn't get through that part. I don't know if it's because last week's episode was so like lit and like 2 hours long and shit. I don't know if it's because of that, but this week seemed really boring. Like, these first two scenes were just not it for me. I don't know, they weren't popping. Anyway, back to the beach. I agree with Bianca 100% that Mariah Lynn is friends with the op. Like, she's friends with the ops. Like, how are you? Sorry, but if you're my friend and you know, well, under the circumstances, it's like Bianca doesn't really have grounds to not like the girl, because like she's trying to play side bitch right now. But under the circumstances, if you show me that you're going to be friends with somebody that clearly doesn't like me, like, I can't trust you. If we're friends and you want to be friends with somebody that doesn't like me, then I can't trust you. That end of story. I ain't fucking with no bitch that's friends with the ops. Like, no. And there's two things about this scene that stood out. And to sum up this scene, they're basically recapping exactly what happened in the last episode. So I was like, okay, this is a waste of time. Don't need to watch this. And then there was this one part where Cardi was like to Mariah Lynn, if Self couldn't do nothing for me, like, what do you think he's gonna be able to do for your ass? She didn't say you, she said somebody else, but she was basically telling Mariah Lynn, you ain't nobody, you ain't never gonna be nobody, and for you to even be teaming up with Self is stupid, because I was already known before I teamed up with Self, and even though he's known, he couldn't do anything for me, so what the fuck do you think he's gonna be able to do for you when you're already even a nobody? Like, come on, come on. So I laughed at that part because I'm just like, Cardi is a shady bitch. She's shady as hell, but I love it. And I don't think she was trying to be shady. I think it was just a natural kind of shade thing. And the last thing about that scene was that freaking Bianca was still on her hoe shit. And she made the mistake of telling Mariah Lynn her intentions and plans with Drew while her so-called apartment is being renovated. Bitch, bye, you're homeless. Like, stop this. I'm so sure her apartment's being renovated. Like, I hate Love and Hip Hop. I hate it. But yeah, she should never have exposed herself to Mariah Lynn, because you just finished telling Mariah Lynn that you're fucking with the ops, and now you're telling her where you're gonna be at, and also telling her that she can go and tell her friend that. Now, obviously, Bianca wasn't being serious when she said you can go and tell your little friend. She was just saying that as a joke between somebody who she thought was her friend more than the other girl's friend. But that's why you can't be fucking with nobody that's fucking with somebody that ain't fucking with you. Like, Bianca knew better than to do that, but she still did it anyway. So I guess she just had what was coming to her. But anyway, but we'll get into that after. Anyway, the next scene I think had to do with Snoop. So the next scene is Snoop discussing basically life with her godmother, and Snoop's story almost made me cry. Like, we got to learn a lot about her in that scene, and I thought that was really cool. That, wow, we're seeing, you know, real genuine emotion and real history, something that's not scripted. So we got to see her discussing life, her background, her history with her godmom. And basically in that scene we learned that she was a foster child. She was raised by her foster mom, and she grew up in the foster care system. Her foster mom had passed away, and the only person she basically has left is her godmother. Her godmother does not like Jay like the rest of us. Like, we don't fuck with Jay. And I agree 100% that Jay is an opportunist. I definitely believe that, and I definitely think that she was using Snoop to further her career, because if you're not gay or bi, I don't see how you could be with a woman. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, and she clearly has stated more than once that she's not those things. So her response to that is always, I'm not gay, I'm not, and she gets defensive with it too. She gets defensive and then she's like, but I love Snoop, or I'm in love with Snoop. Maybe it's because Snoop looked like a whole nigga. Like, another thing I noticed was, I don't know if you guys follow certain blogs on Instagram, but Snoop's godmother kind of looks like the woman that Meek Mill supposedly cheated on Nicki Minaj with. I'm just saying. I don't know if it's her, but she sure looked like it. Snoop kept talking about how before her foster mother had passed away, that she was placed in a home, like an old age home or something like that. And she kept reiterating that her godmom, oh my god, it's so confusing. She kept reiterating that she didn't need to stay in a home. Obviously, Snoop found out that her foster mom was in a home before she passed away, and on camera she's claiming that she didn't need to stay in one. Like, she could have, she would have been fine around her family and stuff. But like, if that was the case, then why didn't you just take her out of the foster home? I'm kind of confused by that. She was trying to act like, I don't know, to me I just felt like she was fake stunting. Like, she was stunting for the cameras. But I'm just like, okay, if that was the case, you knew she was in there, then why wouldn't you just take her out and like take care of her until she passed away? Obviously you didn't have the time to, or you didn't have the money to do it, because if you did, then you wouldn't be on camera talking about how what could have been or what should have been. You would have taken care of it if you had the means to. But I personally don't think that Snoop had the means to take care of her foster mom when shit hit the fan. So I don't know why she's acting that way, because she was literally on camera talking about it was unnecessary for her foster mom to go into a care facility because she got it like that. But obviously not, because you would have taken her out. It would have been nothing to take her out if you had the money and time to take care of her, but you didn't. So if she has to be in a home, she has to be in a home. The next scene is with Yandy, Judy, and Yandy's sister. What I find most interesting about the whole situation with the bitter baby moms, Yandy, Mendeecees, and everybody else involved, everybody except for the two baby mothers like Yandy. Those are the only two people that don't like Yandy. The people close to Mendeecees love Yandy, and I highly doubt it's because Yandy is a rich bitch. Like, I don't think that's the case. I think that even though Yandy has her flaws, we all do, but the bitter baby moms just came out the woodworks, or are just coming out the woodworks now that Mendeecees is in jail. Erica was not talking all this shit when Mendeecees was in jail. And so that's why I'm really annoyed and frustrated with the situation. Especially what's been going on Instagram. I know you guys probably want me to get into mad details about that. But like, I don't have the time or the energy. I think Erica's super whack. I think she's corny. I think she's looking hella dumb. I think that Yandy has been sending in tips to Fameless, pretending to be people. I think that they're all being really immature about the situation, and there's no resolve here. Like, we're tired, so I can only imagine how tired they must be keeping up this shit. Anybody that's like in Mendeecees' family has been on Yandy's side, which makes sense, I guess. But like, if Yandy was truly a bad person, I don't think that they would be on her side. Especially not the mother-in-law, because as far as I'm concerned, the mother-in-law usually gives a hard time to the girlfriend or the fiance, but that doesn't seem to be the case with Judy. I don't see that dynamic there with Judy and Yandy. So obviously Yandy's doing something right, because Judy does not like Samantha. She doesn't hate her, but she definitely does not, she's not a fan of her either. So that says a lot when the mother doesn't like you. This episode was boring beyond belief. So let's just move on, because nothing really happened in this scene other than Mendeecees' sister suggesting to Yandy to change the locks. And Yandy kind of like looked at Judy for... She kind of looked at her like, is that a good idea kind of thing? Like, she was really genuinely thinking about it, and then obviously she went through with it. So we'll come back to that. But we're going to move on to the next scene, which was Snoop again, I think. Snoop ended up breaking up with Jade. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I am so happy. You know, I'm not happy to see somebody, you know, somebody's relationship fail, but I am happy because their relationship was a motherfucking sham. And as far as I'm concerned, now that they are broken up, Jade better bring her little ass home to take care of her damn kid, because now that you guys are broken up, you have no reason to be in New York. You can go back to wherever the fuck she's from. I don't even know. Out of all the acting Jade's done this season, this was her worst scene. I expected way more from her, but she was just like, she was very calm. And first of all, if that was me, you can bet your bottom dollar that is not my reaction. If somebody is breaking up with me, not only that, but they're breaking up with me on TV, oh, you best believe I'm throwing a fit. You best believe I'm throwing a fit. They're going to be talking about me in every single blog for the rest of the month for the fit I'm going to throw on TV if you tried to break up with me on motherfucking TV. Like, Jay sat there and she's just like, I want to flip every single table over in this motherfucker. Like, bitch, we don't believe you, bitch. You did so much, like, all that energy she spent on flipping out at the empty ass apartment, she should have channeled that shit into this scene right here, because now she has to just go home. There's no point for her to be on the show anymore. Bye, Jay. See you never. If she stays, we already know that she wasn't really into Snoop or there for Snoop, because bitch, what is your storyline? The only thing is, I don't think Snoop thought about that for herself. I don't think Snoop realized she just ended her storyline, unless Snoop is getting a new storyline with like Sophie Green or some shit. But the entire time Snoop was breaking up with Jay, I was dying, because I don't think Jay expected it, even though the show is scripted. I don't think Jay expected to get broken up with. Like, I thought they were literally going out for dinner. I thought they were just gonna have a conversation, a nice, you know, relationship-y conversation, even if it wasn't like, I thought they were just gonna talk about their problems. I didn't realize that Snoop was gonna break up with the bitch, but she took it there. And matter of fact, I didn't even think Mona knew that. I think Mona found that one out on scene and talked to Snoop after, like, why would you do that? Now you don't have a storyline. We're gonna have to make some crazy shit up for you. or you're gonna have to go back to Be More, which we would love. I think Snoop realized Love and Hip Hop is not for her. Maybe that's the case, and she's going to go home where she belongs, because we really just aren't, like, no, like, she didn't fit into the show. So I'm really hoping both her and Jay leave. Even if they don't leave, I just hope that they're not back next season, because I'm not interested at all. But yeah, Jay needs to go mind her picnic now, because she said it herself. She said it more than once that the only reason she came to New York was for Snoop. Now that you and Snoop are no longer together and you're clearly not going to reconcile, it's time for you to take your... If you ain't got no money, take your bro. I say if you ain't got no money, take your bro. She needs to take her ass home. For the kids. The way Jay was crying, it just reminded me of, like, Flavor of Love, when girls found out that they were going home and they wouldn't be crying because they were genuinely in love with Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy. They weren't crying because they were in love with Flav and their chance at love was thrown out the window. They all would be like, I don't want to go home yet. And that's how I felt about Jay's tears. Her crocodile-ass tears. Bye, bitch. Literally bye. Anyway, let's move on, because that's probably the most I've talked about Jay and Snoop in, like, one segment. And that's, like, the most I'll ever talk about them, when they're breaking up, and I'm happy about it. So sorry. So now Jay can go back to liking men, like we all know she does. And working on getting on another reality show. Maybe she can be on Stevie's new show. So the next scene, I effing died. I died. Yes, I freaking died, because freaking Rich meets up with his girlfriend, okay? They're supposed to go over what happened the other day. I guess she wants an apology, but, like, my girl, you have to sit down. I don't know what she was expecting from meeting up with Rich, but she obviously is not a fan of the show. Like, she obviously doesn't know her man. You guys have been dating for 6 months and you thought that meeting with him was gonna go your way, boo? Really? Is this the same Rich that I've been watching for the last couple of years? Because if it is, then I knew that wasn't gonna go her way. Anyway, she thought she was gonna have it her way, honey. No, honey, this is not BK. BK is nasty as fuck, by the way. She really thought that she was going to come and, like, press Rich. But Jade, honey, like, Rich, even though he's trying to say he ain't creep squad, he will always and forever be creep squad. I commend Rich for breaking up with her before it got too far, because we already know Rich is gonna creep back into his creep ass ways, so there was no point in this relationship. The girl was going on and on and on, and Rich mumbled, shut the fuck up. I was on the Greyhound and I started cracking the fuck up on the Greyhound. Like I was on my way back from Toronto and I was cracking the fuck up because I'm just like, oh my god, like he really just mumbled, shut the fuck up. Like he was tired of her talking, and I was too. I was like, thank you, Rich, because I'm over this bitch. Like she needs to go. So Rich ends up breaking up with his girlfriend. I liked his reasoning for doing it. We already know that Rich ain't shit, like, when it comes to women. We already know that. So I was glad that he broke up with her because she's so young, and I honestly feel like if Rich is gonna really actually grow up and be with somebody, he needs to be with somebody age appropriate, and she was not it. Like, homegirl's my age, she needs to just stop trying to date this 40-year-old man and give him... She was acting like a 24-year-old in a relationship with another 24-year-old. She wasn't acting like a 24-year-old in a relationship with a cheating ass 50-year-old. Like, is Rich 50? I don't even know. She wasn't acting correctly, okay? She was acting her age, and Rich was acting like he was in his 30s. But Rich, honey, Rich needs to grow up too. But as of right now, he's not grown up, so we're just gonna let him do his thing till he's ready. Should I do highlighter? I always do highlighter. The next scene was mad awkward. It was Bianca at the hotel. she answered the door in her bra and panty because her intention was to seduce Drewski, stale mayo, and it didn't exactly work. It just came across as extremely thirsty, and it was just so awkward from the jump, because he was asking her like, why are you? I feel like he was genuinely clueless. She definitely swindled his ass into coming over there, but Drew took the bait. So I mean, the only thing I will say, even though, okay, I think he's genuinely just an idiot. Like, I think he might be a little slow. So, and so because of that, if somebody invites you to their hotel and you go to the door and they're in their bra and panties, you best believe your ass is going to beeline to the motherfucking elevator and go back downstairs to the motherfucking lobby until a bitch can put some clothes on. Matter of fact, it's not even until a bitch can put some clothes on. It's until never.com. Like, you're not going back upstairs. You're not communicating with her ever again because you see that she has intentions. And Drew keeps saying like, oh, it's for work, but obviously not. If somebody if somebody that you know likes you answers the door in their bra and panties, if a woman answers the door in bra and panties, you know that she's ready to give you the punani. Like, so why is he acting oblivious? So either he's just dumb or he believes that what he's doing is okay. Those are the only two explanations for him going inside. For the minute he's seen as somebody that's in a relationship, one, he keeps disrespecting his girlfriend because at this point, he should no longer have any communication with Bianca, just for the simple fact that Bianca and his girlfriend have gotten into an altercation in front of him. Like, he's witnessed it. So, to me, it's kind of irresponsible of him to be doing what he's doing, but fuckboys will be fuckboys forever and always. That being said, I don't know why he went inside, but this has got to be evidence that this is the most scripted show on television. Because even though Mariah Lynn told Sky that Bianca was going to be at the hotel and she had plans to invite Drew over, even though she told her that, she didn't give her explicit details as to what room and stuff, and you know. So I want to know how the hell Sky found out what exact room door to go to. Obviously the producers wanted to see that drama unfold, so they sent her. If I were Sky in that situation and I went and I see my man at some girl's hotel and he opened the door and he had lipstick on his face, you think I'm not going to be all up in that hotel room fucking him up, fucking his shit up first? Then I'll fuck the bitch up because the bitch is well and aware of me and still wants to be disrespectful. So I'm going to do all that and then I'm going to be single than a motherfucker. And if I don't do that, I'm still going to be single as fuck. Like, if I decide that I'm not going to fight over this guy or fight him and I'm just like at a loss for words, I'm going to be single. Like, what do you mean that she stayed in the hallway for this nigga to come out and talk to her and try to like get her to understand what's going on? And the funniest part about it was he was like, I still got my shoes on, like I didn't do nothing, which was facts, he didn't. But like, after Bianca kissed you, that was your cue to fucking leave. Your cue to leave was when she showed up at the door in her bra and panty. Like, why did you stick around for that? I don't understand. I'm really having a hard time understanding Drew's logic. Like, what sensible guy in a relationship would do that? On TV at that. Even if your girlfriend didn't show up to the apartment or the hotel, she's gonna see it on TV anyway. So what I didn't like about this scene, other than everything, was the fact that when homegirl came to the door, Bianca didn't answer the door. I don't get why she went to Drew and was like, it's for you. And when she said that, and Drew went up to go open the door, there's a peephole. Why didn't he look through the peephole? Or why did he pretend to not look through the peephole and act like he didn't know who was on the other side of the door? And because he's seen who's on the other side of the door, why did he open it? Like, you're putting yourself in hot water. You're literally getting your own self in trouble. She wasn't invited to that hotel, therefore she should not have been knocking on the fucking door. Like, who invited this bitch here? Who? Let me know. Was it you? Mona invited that bitch there. That's who. I think what was interesting about the show, because it's so scripted, I was actually surprised that there were no cameras on the outside of the door when Sky arrived. So that kind of made me think, like, maybe Sky found out that they were there through some other way, because maybe she just asked around to find out what room Bianca was in, or maybe she called, like, you know, maybe that's what happened, because usually there would be cameras outside with her, but there were none, unless Mona is just covering her bases. But yeah, the shit was messy as fuck. Sky should have ran up in that hotel room, but she didn't, so she's a weak ass bitch. Like, instead of running inside the hotel room, she went outside of the hotel room and kind of just stood there, and then Drew came out and was talking to her, and I was just like, okay, what the fuck? I would have already been in the elevator downstairs in the lobby. Like, I'm not gonna listen to a word you have to say, especially if I come and I see that the girl is in her bra and panties and there's lipstick on your face. Like, I don't give a fuck what explanation you have. I don't care if she kissed you, you didn't kiss her. The point is that you are somewhere that you're not supposed to be with somebody I don't like, and I don't take the disrespect lightly, okay? But let's move on, because them motherfuckers is tiring. The next scene was boring as hell, so let's just skip over it. Rich is talking to his daughter and his mom, and basically letting them know that the shit is over with homegirl, and blah blah blah. So bye, nothing to see here. Like, literally moving on. I think that he did a good thing to let her go, because once a fuck boy, always a fuck boy, forever a fuck boy. Like, Rich is definitely that, and I don't think he can really break out of that. So it's a really good thing that he let homegirl go. She needed to go. She needs to find somebody her age. Like, end of story. So next we have Mariah Lynn, and of course her new song actually sounded kind of good. Maybe because she has like somebody else on the hook, but it's actually sounding kind of decent. She might have a fan. I think that her track is sounding okay, but then it walked Cisco or whatever, and Cisco walking into that studio session was kind of a shock, because as we know, last season they ended on a horrible note, and it just wasn't a good vibe for either of them. When he walked in, she was kind of looking like, what the fuck are you doing here? But she still went over and spoke to him to see why he was there, as I think anybody would do. They actually had a genuine conversation, and I kind of like this scene because it showed forgiveness. It showed that they were human, and that even though they've fought in the past, even though they did end on such a horrible note last season, that they could still move past that. And so I really like that. It wasn't awkward like all the other fucking scenes in this show. It wasn't awkward at all, and so it was enjoyable to watch. And you know, he is going through something that Mariah can relate to, and so she has empathy for him and she's sympathetic towards him, and they both realize that real life is bigger than the show life. So I really like that about that. The only thing I didn't like was that after all that genuine shit, it turned into so are we gonna do a track together now or what? Like, it was just like, okay, you guys could have waited to have that conversation another day. But other than that, it was cute. The next scene was Bianca performing, and she was in the confessional, and she was saying something about how after the incident happened at the hotel, Drewski hasn't hit her up since. Bitch, what did you expect? Like, did you think that he was gonna come in and like right after he just basically lost his girlfriend because you wanted to be in your brown pants because you tricked him into coming over to your hotel? You think he wants to talk to you? Like, I'm just like, this bitch is really motherfucking thirsty. Like, I'm so irritated by that because I really like Bianca, but I'm just so irritated with her whole shit this season. Like, come on, like, do better. It's just a no from me, okay? Like, it's just a no. She just sounded whack. Like, what do you mean he hasn't hit you up since? I really don't understand that. What did you expect him to call you and say? So now she's trying to say that she's done with the situation because he hasn't hit her up. I wouldn't hit you up either. If there's one thing I know about dudes is that nobody likes a thirsty bitch. Nobody. And all Beyonce does is exhibit thirst. Bitch, get a Dasani. That's like the nastiest bottled water ever. Bitch, get some tap water, bitch, because your ass is thirsty for the pipe. I actually genuinely hate myself, but we're gonna continue. So after Bianca's performance, she's leaned up on her car as if she's waiting for something. I wonder what that could be. Oh, I don't know. Sky! Mother effing Sky shows up and it's just like, okay, bitch, we getting sick of you popping up like motherfucking popcorn on this bitch for realsies. And Bianca actually said, she's like, how you always know where I'm at? The answer to your question, Bianca, is Mona. The answer to your question is Mona. That's how Sky knows where to find you at all times, because Mona lets her know and gets her in a black XL Uber to drive to the Spizzot so that she can page you. Now, Bianca said something that really stood out to me in this scene, and I was like, I know that's right. She said she already knows that Sky ain't gonna do nothing because she had the drop on her and she still ain't do nothing. Like, so don't be popping up now trying to ask me about your boyfriend when you was at the hotel that I was at. You were at the hotel room door and you didn't pop. Like, so why are you here now to bother me? I actually agree with this statement 100% because you saw me, you could have squared up then, you could have said what you wanted to say then, but now you showing up here with bread in your motherfucking bra, soggy bread in your soggy bra, throwing it at me, calling me a bird. I thought that was super corny that she had the bread on her. Some people might not have. It was corny. It was a little bit funny, but like, it just was so rehearsed. Like, I feel like she was in the mirror like, you a fucking bird, you need some bread, bitch. Like, I feel like she was in the mirror at home practicing the line like, you're a bird, you need some bread. No, not that. That doesn't sound good. You're a fucking bird, you need some bread, bitch. Here, bitch, here's some bread for you. Like, I just felt like she was in the mirror at home practicing that line all day. And like, she was like getting ready for it. Like, she thought it was the bombest shit she could ever do in her life, throw some bread at a girl. Like, that's how I feel about Sky in that situation. She just looked dumb as hell. They both look stupid, but I'm definitely gonna give it to Bianca on this one because Sky just, she should have just popped off when she was at the hotel, but she didn't. So it's obvious, very obvious that she wasn't gonna, she's not here to do anything. Like, she didn't raise a hand. The only person that Sky should really be mad at here is Drew, because Stale Mail is the only person that owes her something. Bianca doesn't owe this bitch anything because she doesn't know her and she doesn't really care about her, and we all see that and we all know that. Sky knows that. So it's just like, why aren't you pressing or paging your man about the situation, but you're paging Bianca? Like, you're going out of your way to show up at Bianca's performance or after her performance to ask her what she's doing with your man. Why don't you ask your man what he's doing with her? Like, matter of fact, why are you not broken up with this nigga yet? Like, please let me know. I'm confused. I can't be the only one that's confused. Are you guys confused? Because I'm confused. Dead ass. Something that really irritated me about this scene was Sky's snitching ass. Why are you telling Bianca that Mariah Lynn told you that she was going to be at the hotel. Why would you say that? Regardless of the fact that Bianca jokingly said that Mariah can tell this girl, she should never have told her to begin with. So I think that Mariah Lynn's really whack for that. Like, why are you telling her that? Like, if you and Bianca have been friends for however long, obviously she doesn't really fuck with Bianca like that. Obviously, in Mariah's head, she's just friends with Bianca for the show. They must not hang out outside of the show, because loyalty is everything, and regardless of if you agree with your homegirl's doings, for you to, one, befriend the girl that doesn't like your friend is shady as hell, and two, to be telling her what she's doing behind her back, even though they're not friends, is shady as hell too. And Mariah Lynn didn't even need to tell her that. She was at the gym talking about, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Like, she was being messy as fuck for no reason. Like, there was no reason for her to tell her that. Like, that was not her place. It was not her business to tell the girl. It was a noble thing to do. Yes, it was. But at the end of the day, I thought her loyalty was with Bianca. And the fight at Stale Mail and Sky's little opening thing, when they were having that fight, it kind of seemed as though Mariah Lynn was more on Bianca's side, just because she said something in the confessional about how she's known Bianca longer or whatever, and that's her homegirl, and you know she's kind of on her side more. But obviously not. I feel like she's a flip-flopper ass bitch and she's on the wrong show. She needs to go on Bad Girls Club instead, because she can't seem to choose a side. And so it's really corny of her, unless she's like trying to build like a BFF type relationship with Sky and like throw Bianca to the curb, then it didn't make any sense for her to spill that tea to her. But bitches gonna be bitches, so just know that Mariah Lynn is definitely not trustworthy. But yeah, all in all, Sky is not about that life, so she needs to stop acting like she is. Don't pop up on Bianca unless you're trying to get popped up on, okay? Oh God. Bianca was still in a bra. She's literally forever in a bra. Bras are probably the most uncomfortable female garment that exists. So for the fact that Bianca is always in one is mind-boggling to me. I don't always want to be in a bra. I want to never be in a fucking bra, but my tits don't allow that. So maybe because she has little titties, like my back hurts right now. I don't have like huge tits, but my point is I can't be always in a bra. Like, I can't always be in a bra. So I don't understand how Bianca's always in a bra, still in a bra, forever gonna be in a bra, gonna live in a bra, gonna die in a bra. Like, she's just in a bra. We need to change Bianca's name to In a Bra, because the bitch is always in a bra. Like, dead ass. Like, seriously. Anyway, for the last scene was Miss Erica going to this storage apartment, or Yandy's storage apartment, I should say, finding an eviction notice on the door because Erica decided to claim that that apartment was hers, or that her name's on the lease and Mendeecees' name is on the lease. This whole situation has been draining me all week because I am following all the drama on Instagram. If you are not, well, get into it, bitch, because I can't recap all of it for you. All I can tell you is that I am Team Yandy, and I know a lot of people might not be Team Yandy, but I am, for the simple fact that Mendeecees shows up, boo. It doesn't matter if the marriage is not legit. At the end of the day, he's even in jail talking on the phone, and his audio is getting released stating that he never dated Erica, and Erica looks crazy in these motherfucking streets. I don't give a fuck what apartment's in her name. I don't give a fuck what passport she pulls out her little purse. You're not with him. He's not claiming you. Leave it the fuck alone. Like, I really need her to move on with her life, and I don't know if it's the principle of the thing, but like, the nigga will, till the day he dies, say he never, ever, ever, ever was in a relationship with you. Don't get it twisted. Mendeecees never ever said he's not dated this girl. That's not what he's saying. He's saying he's never been in a relationship with her. And this is important. People don't know how to read or listen, apparently, in 2016, because the man never said he never dated her. He said he was never in a relationship with her, which means that despite all of the dates they went on, because that's what people do before they start having a relationship, they go on dates and they are dating, he never ever took it to the next level to say, okay, you're my bitch. Okay, not bitch. You're my girlfriend. He never ever took it to that level, and that's what he is saying, which seems to be the truth. She was his down bitch. She took out cars and homes and all kinds of shit in her name for him because maybe his credit was bad, but that's as far as it went. Well, no, it's not, because they have a child together. But obviously, she's not the first side bitch or first down bitch to get pregnant by a nigga. Like, it is what it is. They have a child, and that's as far as it goes. She's a baby mother. Now, Yandy, though her marriage is about to be like proven to be the biggest sham since Sham Wow, I personally don't feel like that matters, because I'm the type of person that believes that a union is not a piece of paper from the government to be able to control your marriage. Like, I don't believe that. I believe that it's between two people. You think back in the old day they had paperwork for marriages? No ma'am, no sir, no thank you. Like, it was just, it is what it is. You get married, but and you move on with your life, and so that's basically what they've done. They love each other. They're in love with each other. They wanted to be married, so they did. I think that Yandy was actually going to marry him, but when she realized that he was going to go to jail and stuff, she made a smart move in terms of her business and the two other crazy baby moms that he has, that she wasn't going to do she wasn't going to sign real papers or sign papers at all, because if she did, the two bitter baby mamas could come after Yandy for his child support payments, which she should not have to pay. I do not believe that that Yandy should have to pay his child support. That's for him to deal with. And so that's why Yandy never married him. However, if Erica's name is on that lease, Yandy does not have the right to change the locks. If Mendeecees says, Yandy, go change the locks, and she jumps and changes the locks, then okay, that's something that they can deal with. But in my personal opinion, I don't think it's right for her to change the locks, especially if Erica is living there, despite their problems. It's kind of a sticky situation, just because I'm like, she has a kid, you know. I feel bad for her in that sense, but at the same time, it's like they're being disrespectful to the entire Harris side of the family, including Yandy, for no reason. Like, Erica kind of just popped up out of the woodworks out of nowhere and is being nasty and like dragging Yandy's name through the mud because she feels some type of way about Mendeecees. And that's clear. This whole shit's clear that her feelings towards Yandy stem from her feelings for Mendeecees. Apparently Erica's in a whole relationship, but she still took the time out to post that stupid ass slideshow on Instagram, and still took the time out to leak phone call talking shit about her friend. That right there told me that Erica is just in this for the TV fame. Like, she just wants people to know who she is, and I'm kind of annoyed with that, because I think she's the most beautiful girl ever, but she's doing this all wrong. Like, it's ratchet ass Love and Hip Hop. Like, why do people want to be on Love and Hip Hop so bad? Like, it's so ratchet, it's not even funny, you guys. Like, it's the most ratchet shit ever, and I don't understand why anybody would be fighting so hard to be on the show. Same with Jade leaving her kid. Like, I don't get why people are doing the most. I really, really, really need to see a check. I need to see how much Mona's paying you guys to exploit yourself, your situation, and embarrass your family. My whole thing is, little Mendeecees, Asim, and Yandy's two kids, this is going to be embarrassing for them as they get older, to see their parents, 1, going back and forth on Instagram, 2, being on TV, 3, their dad's in jail. Like, it's just a lot. And I think because little Mendeecees is the oldest, it's a little it could be extremely traumatizing for him, and he will learn about this one day if he doesn't know about it already, and he will be embarrassed. Like, I'm pretty sure there's probably kids at his school that watch Love and Hip Hop, or their parents watch Love and Hip Hop, and they see them acting a fool on TV, and they don't want their kids hanging around that mess. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel bad for the kids in the situation, but I don't think Yandy should have done that extraness and changed the locks on the door, especially leaving that petty ass note. Like, if you're gonna evict her, but you can't do that if you can't do that if your name's not on the lease. First of all, if you're not the owner of the property, like, you know what I mean? She changed the locks, okay? She had the key, so obviously you know, it's hers. Well, it's Mendeecees. However, if you saw the pictures that Erica posted on Instagram of the apartment, showing how the apartment was all messy and stuff, it's evident that that is just an apartment for storage, because it's messy as fuck. It's gross. You can tell that nobody lives there. Like, there was just garbage bags of probably clothes and like blankets and stuff stuffed into a closet. So you could tell nobody lives there. It's just a really messy apartment, and because there's all that stuff there, I don't think that Erica was staying there. So I'm kind of confused as to why she was going there in the first place to unlock the door and stuff. Like, if all of Yandy's stuff is in that apartment, there's no way Erica is still staying there, or while the show was filming is still staying there. It doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like she was just going there as a part of the show. I feel like it was all an elaborate scheme. Mona Scott Young put this all together, made Erica go to the apartment to find out that they probably told her we're gonna be filming in that apartment today because of blah 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 blah. Brought her there for her to find out that Yandy switched the locks on that ass. That's how I think it went down. I think she was genuinely shocked when she found out that the doors was locked and she read the note on the door. But I don't get why her and Sam are all clicked up the way they are. It doesn't make any sense to me. Especially because Mendeecees said in that audio that while he was fucking Erica and got her pregnant, he was with Sam. And so it doesn't make sense to me that these two are ganging up on Yandy and like being chummy. Like, no bitch, how are you teaming up with the girl that was fucking your man while you were at home with your baby? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So they're both fucking whack. Like, I don't understand. The show is honestly draining me, you guys. I'm honestly getting sick of it. This season has been nothing but irritation. Like, I have a rash somewhere on my body because of this fucking because of this show. Like, bitch, I have hives, bitch, I'm itching. So yeah, I'm really over it. I don't get Erica's whole thing with calling Yandy a troll. She keeps calling her a troll. I don't really get it. I don't know if she's saying she looks like a troll. I don't know what she's saying, but that's neither here nor there. I just don't like it. It's annoying to me because that's all. Like, just call her Yandy, bitch. Yandy's not in the confessional calling Erica out of her name, so I don't understand why she is calling Yandy out of her name. It's just immature. But yeah, anyway, she ends up calling Sam when she gets into the Uber. She's like, pull over. The Uber pulls over at whatever location to go meet up with Yandy, and as soon as she walks in the door, Yandy stands up and is ready to pop pop. Yeah, Yandy's ready for the drama, and I actually took it, I didn't really take it as she was ready. I kind of took it as she was a little scary, okay? I think Yandy doesn't have a problem with popping off, but I feel like Erica might be a fighter. I'm excited to see what happens next week with those two, because I would be mad as hell if I came to my apartment and the door was locked and I had no way to get inside. But like I said, I don't think that she was staying there, so that's pretty much irrelevant. I think she's just upset that she doesn't have access to it anymore because she feels like Mendeecees was her man and that is a part of him. So I just feel like she's mad that she doesn't have access to the apartment anymore, even though she doesn't live there, which is whack. But so is the rest of the show, so you know, it is what it is. I think that's pretty much it. I was kind of bored with this episode, so I'm kind of bored with my review. All the products that I did use with my makeup today, or used for my makeup today, will be in the description box. And I think that is actually it. I love you all so much, and I will definitely see you in the next one.